Hey y'all, Divine Mother Messages here. I've been going through some things like all of us right now. I have previously recorded a video, didn't like the way it turned out, so I'm redoing it. These are the cards I have pulled previously. The questions I had asked were, what is it right now that we need to focus on amidst all the chaos? That was the Kama Kali, Maha Kali, Lalipa, Lalita Tupada, Tripada Sundari. There we go. Lalita Tripado Sundari. Tripura. Tripura. Lalita Tripura Sundari. Lalita Tripura Sundari. Working on the Hindu. Anyway, y'all already know. Well, if you don't know, now you know. My main goddess that I pray to, that I work with, is Mahakali, the Dark Mother, the destroyer of ego and spiritual liberation for all beings. Now with Mahakali, again, in the previous video, like I said, I had read this, and I'm going to do it again. This is a prayer that I had said out loud for this card. Mahakali Ada Shakti, Queen of Cosmic Order, I bow to your wisdom. I humbly acknowledge that the closest I can come to understanding your workings is to show reverence for the mysteries of life and soul. I love and accept who I have been, who I am now, and trust in the continual unfolding of my being under your skillful care. I am open to the blessing of the needed thing, the needed task, the necessary knowledge, and your sublime, generous grace. I summon the courage within my heart and the trust in your love for me, and I proceed for the spiritual benefit of all beings. May all beings know your loving presence and embrace their divine destinies as prescribed by your wisdom bearing heart. Jama Kali. And after each prayer, answer heart, bow your head. Okay. With Mahakali, that card. Her magnificence steadies the anxious mind and reassures the heart of the empowering grace that arises through trust in her. Attempting to fathom the wisdom behind the workings of the Divine Mother would be like trying to cram the entire ocean into a teacup. Such wisdom is vast and our perspective is limited, yet we do not need to understand divine will to benefit from it. Better to allow her creativity, resourcefulness, and unlimited vision to take effect in our lives, bringing every grace necessary for our blessed fulfillment. With this card, what's going on? The Course is telling us to trust in divine timing and to kind of accept what things are, what we need to let go of, what we can benefit from, adding on to, and just getting ready for the blessings to come. See, because this card really reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune with the Tarot card. What comes up must come down. It's going to be too much for us to really try to fathom what's going on, what the divine plan is right now, and why things are in disarray right now. But at this moment, we pretty much just have to take the time to breathe and to trust in her. Even though we feel like we don't have resources, we feel like we don't have the support, we feel as if, or we know as if we down and out right now, because, I mean, hey, that could just be reality. We down and out right now. She gonna come through. Or whoever you pray to. You don't have to be my goddess. It can be God, Jesus. I don't discriminate. I'm not biased. And the next card we have, see, this card lets us know that the ending of a truly difficult time is near as a spiritual shift from the dark night of the soul into something beautiful. A golden era in our life is promised. We have to do the work to orient ourselves, to shift our inner being, to be ready for her. What would it be like to dispense with worry and dwell with a continual infusion of golden grace? That's what I was just saying. Being open to experiences of rest, pleasure, and beauty, which can elevate your frequency. Let's see. I can see that. I was just talking about that. And instead of seeing humanity as victimized, weak, ego driven, and wounded, we can affirm humanity as a collective of spiritually brave souls willing to incarnate and grow during a challenging time of spiritual obstruction on earth. After I was just saying, well, I ain't say it, but yeah, I do be looking down on humanity. I can't lie. Especially people in it and people having to deal with. With luminous grace, she plays her ways into our heart, softening hardness and despair, awakening the remembrance of light, of love, of joy. No matter what we have experienced, our hearts shall be cleansed and released from ugliness, sorrow, and pain. Negative karmic legacies will be cleared away. Our divine sister goddess invites us to recognize her golden restorative beauty shining within our hearts, cultivating that which is worthy of such beauty. For this is our essential nature. Gracefully release all else with dignity. So we have to let go again of control and all that's not serving us no more. Lalita Tripara Sundari, golden goddess at play, joyful Jagdambi, loving mother of the world and benevolent queen of the universe. You are all giving, so generous and kind. I open my heart to you and wonder at your unwavering desire that I should simply be happy and free. Your generosity melts all resistance in your presence. I am as humble as a sage and as happy as a delighted child. You are my divine mother. You love me so much on every level. I welcome your golden presence into my being, into my life, in the world, for the spiritual liberation of all beings. Jamalita Devi. And then with this card, Kama of Kali. She is completely and utterly in love with your divine essence, and in her love bestows endless gifts. Your path need not to be one of endless effort. Connecting with pleasure is a path of personal empowerment with an intention to bring spiritual benefit to the collective through softening and opening your heart. So a lot of us need to work on our heart chakra. That's what I've gotten already. Our heart's ain't in order. Been betrayed and hurt too many times. The collective through softening, opening your heart is an act of worshiping the divine feminine. Relax into the presence of what is as you slow your pace and make swifter progress. Kama is a Sanskrit word that refers to the sweet stuff of life, pleasure, emotional fulfillment, and being completely present so we can experience life through all of the senses. So it also sensuality and physical vibrancy. Without the quality of Kama, our experiences of life can become dry, bleak, and intimidating, a joyless existence with simply more tasks to be completed. If we are feeling exhausted, lacking in qualities of delight and lightness of heart, then we have become deficient in Kama, sacred pleasure. In the realm of the goddess, the enjoyment of life is a sacred act of devotion, gratitude, and celebration. And already I haven't been doing that. For the last 3 days, I've been feeling bleak, filled with worry, distress, not knowing what to do, not knowing what my next steps are going to be, and just losing sight of what's important because I got my babies, I still got my family, my husband, brother, and them. Still got shelter. And of course, again, I've been dealing with that, taking things for granted and not really showing gratitude. So with these cards right here already show me that, and just give me that reassurance that things will going to be turning around. But of course, it's like, how long do we have to wait? But it's coming. We really have to start finding the simple pleasures in life, whether it be going for a walk, getting that cake. In some cases, smoking that blunt, having that sip of wine, as long as you're not addicted and you don't let it destroy your character, who you are as a person. Don't overindulge, okay? But yeah, that's what I got from that deck. The prayer for this one, yeah, let me not forget. I am going to start putting these prayers in here just in case y'all want to do them. Let's see. Okay, this is the invocation ritual. So all you have to do is gaze at this oracle. The lotus is a symbol of divine beauty and the pleasures that this brings. Allow it to represent whatever you need at the moment, even if you don't consciously know what that could be. Be open and simply allow for the sensation of your heart being filled with such sweetness and delight that it causes the purging of old energies and an expansion sensation of floating freedom and love. Let your heart rest in this beauty now. Let your soul relax. You may like to repeat the mantra of the goddess Kali and the goddess Lakshmi, and I do pray to Lakshmi as well, to seal in these gifts of the goddess and allow them to multiply in your life for the spiritual benefit of all beings. Om Klim Kaliye Namaha. Om Shrim Mahalakshmiye Namaha. And that's how the mantra goes. And you can repeat that as many times as you want. And after you're done, finish, hands in prayer. Okay. I had to take a moment, guys. This is just as much healing for me as it is for y'all. And then on my tarot deck, I want to do a check on our relationships, intimate friendship, relationships with our children, relationships with ourselves. What exactly do we need to be? What's the issue with our relationships? And how can we fix them or heal them? So right now, what's the issue in our relationships, whether it be with ourselves, with our partner, business partner, lover, friend? What's going on with our relationships right now, whether it be with our children, friend? Two of Candles let me know some decisions we need to make, and this came in the upright position. So this already lets me know is that some decisions we need to make in this relationship. We're definitely heading on a new path. Good or bad? I don't know. The Fool in the upright position is for us to remain enthusiastic, pretty much keep walking by faith, not by sight. So already I'm seeing that a lot of us are having some decisions that we have to make in our relationships, but we also need to remain enthusiastic, learning to walk more by faith, not by sight, and kind of keep that childlike innocence when it comes to our relationships, not to be so harsh in our relationships. And then I'm just gonna read it out the book too, because that's just what I do. Yeah. The Two of Candles. There's an element of decision here. Travel may be on your horizon. Where will you go? Which decision will you take? Spend time planning your next steps. A little preparation now will allow things to go more smoothly later. And then with the Fool, channel Jack Skellington's childlike enthusiasm as you take your first brave steps towards something new. With limitless potential, there's no telling how far you'll go. Okay. So, already, we're doing some moving and shifting with or without some people in these relationships. We've already been thinking about it. And pretty much we can't be afraid about it. The choice and decision that we make will be for the better when it comes with our relationships. Like I said, whether business, lover, friend, and this can go for your child because, hey, you can't get rid of your kids. Unless they grown kids. I don't know, little babies, no, chill out. You know, people are people. Okay, and then let's see. what can we do right now to restore our relationships? What's needed to restore our relationships? Because we already got decisions that we're making about it. We need to be enthusiastic. What will this decision entail? Okay, we'll take it because we're just one card. Ten of Candles in reverse. I'm going to see if it'll pull out one more card for this question. And it did. Two of Needles. Reverse. So we're like sewing some things together. See? Because she's at the table sewing. Let's see. Yeah, that's what's going on right now. You're not seeing eye to eye with someone in your life and things are coming to a head. You communicated your thoughts and feelings and so have they, but you're still in disagreement. Sometimes all you can do is give your best advice and be supportive without standing in the way. Ultimately, you cannot control what other people decide to do. I see. Okay. The disagreements with the Two of Candles, the decisions moving forward, the travel. Somebody is thinking about leaving because of the disagreements. I see. And all we can do is just be supportive. Or if we're on the other end, the ones thinking about leaving. Ten of Candles reverse. You're feeling weighed down by a heavy burden. You perceive it as something you have to deal with alone, but people are standing by, waiting to support you. Let them, you'll feel so much better. So realize whoever you're in relationship with is actually on your side, wanting to support you and wanting to be there for you amidst all the disagreements. So that's pretty good too. Even though you're having disagreements, the love, the support is still there. And at this point, you guys have to make a decision on where you're going to go next, where you're going to take this relationship next, this project with them next. But from the smiles and what I'm seeing, I do see it with y'all being together. You definitely have to stop trying to control the other person, or you want that other person to stop trying to control you. But overall, the relationship that came to mind when watching this is moving along for the better. You're just having a little rough patch right now. And alright, that's what I'm gonna do right now. This definitely was a different reading video. It went from what we're dealing with. Oh, but it goes hand in hand because with the oracle cards, we were saying that we're feeling weighed down, ignoring life pleasures. So that means a lot of us ain't taking pleasure in our relationship right now because we're thinking about life woes. And that is taking effect, and that's causing disagreements as well within ourselves and within our relationship with other people or within ourselves. So we're going to title this relationship with ourselves and others, what we need to know. And that's going to be the title. But, all right. That's all I got for now, y'all. I know my energy is a little low because your girl's been going through it as well. But thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Even if you don't subscribe, at least share it. like it, start somewhere, help your girl out, even if you watch it for a second. Okay, thanks. Thank you. But divine mother messages, don't even know the names of my own channel. Divine mother messages, checking in, checking out.